So we got season 3 Reloaded, which covers a bunch of content for multiplayer, zombies, Endgame, which gets a ton of stuff. And then there's a little bit of an update with the Warzone side, which we'll go ahead and cover, new weapons, that type of stuff. I think when it comes to the Warzone side of things, it doesn't look like a huge update that we're getting with the mid-season. Obviously, we just got the dual map thing where they rotate out, even though we're missing still a ton of playlist. Interesting part though, we do get a new LTM, which is like a returning LTM. Personally, I had a lot of fun with Hot Pursuit when it originally came out during the Blackout BO4 life cycle, and I think it's still in the mode even if you go log on today, and it's pretty populated. I fear that it's kind of one of those things though that it's kind of played out potentially, and you know, it might just be a little bit of nostalgia, go back, have fun with it, and it could die out pretty quickly. A lot of the stuff they've done with the new Black Ops Royale doesn't seem like it hit that mark the same way that people expected it to. So I don't expect Hot Pursuit to do that either, even though I had a lot of fun with Hot Pursuit back in the day with the movement, the way the respawns worked. It was kind of like a hybrid between Resurgence and BR before we really had the Resurgence we have now. It kind of has some of those systems, but maybe we're burnt out on that because we have already had Resurgence for the past 4 or 5 years, and then some of the BR elements are already kind of played out. So either way, let's check it out. So drop into a high intensity squad mode where police hunt down thieves. In fast-paced vehicle-driven mode, we'll test your driving skills and see how well you really know the streets of Avalon. To keep up action, moving Hot Pursuit features increase vehicle spawn rate across the map. With Resurgence rules in place, operators will respawn in certain points as long as one of your squad members is alive, which follows the Resurgence rules. Police vehicles include the ATV, JLTV, and light heli. Activate the siren on these vehicles to initiate a radar pulse showing nearby thieves on the minimap. In the light heli, this ability expands to include directional indicators like an advanced. All police vehicles also have the ability to see enemy vehicles through walls. So keep up the pressure and don't let these robbers get away. Thieves get access to the UTV and dirt bike preferred speed and mobility to zip through Avalon and leave the police in the dust. With the UTV, players can activate the boost for increased speed, while dirt bike allows player to trigger active camo and drop a smoke grenade. Both vehicles have the ability, passability, guide through. Maybe I'm thinking of a different mode. That sounds slightly different than what I remember, but maybe I'm off on that one. Prop hunt royale, not really for me, but 24v24 prop hunt. I've never been a fan. I know people put out full content related to that, reaction style content, but that's just not my vibe. New equipment, we get spikes. So you get these from Buy Station, experimental military stimulant, including the following options. We get armor salvaging, immediately gain equipped armor plate after eliminating an enemy. Prone firing greatly increases or greatly reduces the recoil of the weapon while crouched or prone. There was an attachment for this during Vanguard. Pretty powerful. And it just being a thing. Handicraft, regenerate equipment over time. Okay, that's weird. What a weird concept. So you just get those and then can you only have one at a time? The Buy Station and purchase the experimental military stimulant. Huh, that is kind of weird. Obviously, we get the handcraft regenerate equipment. That's just restock, which isn't new. The prone firing, like I said, was an attachment in Vanguard. Very powerful for some weapons. Made them even lower recoil, which the guns don't have a ton of recoil to begin with. At least the meta weapons are generally low recoil. Then the armor salvaging is a pretty cool one. That's almost like the armor that's very similar to that Fortnite mechanic. I don't even remember what the mechanic was called, but somebody in the chat will know or the comments. All right, and then lethal edition, we get a cluster grenade, which those are kind of annoying for Battle Royale, but whatever. And then we get the general content. This is what all the modes will get. Overall, like skimming through, I think I'm most interested in the zombie section. Get a new map. The trailers look sick. New elites, those type of things. But in terms of Warzone, we'll see if, like I said, these spikes are okay, interesting. Prop hunt, whatever. And then, at least for me, I know people love the hell out of that, but so I'm not going to really knock it that much. It's a party mode, whatever. And then Hot Pursuit, we'll see how well that plays. I had fun with it in the past, but We'll see if that's just a nostalgia thing, looking back like, the mode really wasn't all that great. But we'll know that from a little bit of playtime. So special weapon, we're going to get a siren. This is an event reward in season. And then we also get, what the heck is, okay, that's with the prestige attachment. Cool looking camos. Some of these, this pinkish one. Luckily, that's the first one, so you don't have to go that crazy. We're going to get a melee weapon, which is a katana. Cool. Weapon attachments. We're going to get the PDW conversion kit for the MK78. So you're going to get a LMG turning into an SMG. All right. And then the Warden is going to get a comb attachment that makes it into pistol kit. All right. That's different. Some of these could also help with challenges if you're still going through and doing those, because Warden is a terrible weapon to use in Warzone. Despite its ridiculously fast TTK, it's so unforgiving that the theoretical TTK doesn't come close to the practical TTK most of the time. So could be interesting. And then some of these are also even more interesting in zombies sometimes, because you get that aspect as well, where when they get prestige or get the perks that add on to it, as well as Pack-a-Punch, which completely overhauls the weapon. Carbon fabricating mag. Okay, so this is like the cordite. I think it's called the cordite, right? Just a different name. It was an operator mod, I think it was called, for the cordite in BO4. So they're bringing that back. Automatically repression is owned by fabricating additional rounds as soon as you stop firing. Maybe not quite the same, but a little bit different. Maybe the mag won't be nearly as large. And then we get the Apex Sweeper rig. This makes it a shotgun, or what the hell is this? So rounds that break apart in flight, dealing damage to each piece that connects, converts the weapon to semi-auto. Very weird. We get RoboCop. Okay, I guess. That's kind of weird. I don't know if that necessarily fits. Maybe. I don't remember when RoboCop takes place. It's been like 2 decades since they've had a decent movie. Okay, you get the free track and the paid that they've been doing. Some other bundle stuff. Mid-season, ranked series, whatever. Terry Crews is going to be in there for the replacers. Some other basic ones. All right, cool. All right, so overall, I feel like mid-season is a little bit mid, right? Like for Warzone at least, I think we're going to get an LTM. Obviously, you don't expect much from like a mid-season update. It looks like the way they've done it is that, which I've talked about a bunch in here multiple times, it seems like Zombies gets the meat and potatoes during the mid-season, and Warzone got it at the beginning of the season, which, like I said, I think a lot of people are just kind of waiting on standby until MW4, which is what it is, right? And hopefully that gets some good marketing, because they're going to have to compete with GTA, right? So we'll see where that goes. Endgame, it looks like they're going to get new content as well. They're going to get their second act. The first act, you kind of go through and it's just more like a tutorial for the mode. It should have launched with that. Unfortunately, they decided to make a trash-ass campaign instead of just committing to Endgame initially. And then those things could have been ready for launch. But here we are. It is what it is. Call of Duty. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching as always. Have a great day.